aiming the ultimate. In every aspect of our life, there is an ultimate. If you come to our academic setting, there is an ultimate. Each and every one of us who are coming here have in mind that the ultimate is that one day this 4-year journey will what? Pass. And that the person will be able to graduate from the university, have the certificate to go out there. So it means that everybody here, no matter the number of days they defer, they wish one day they can do what? They can graduate. And that is the ultimate. If you look at, let's say somebody is building a house, what the person is aiming at is that one day, all this structure, all this foundation and everything that I'm putting together, one day I'll be able to sleep on my bed and look at the building that I have built, and that I can see that now I have a shelter. I've been able to put something down to accommodate me. This is the ultimate. So no matter how the person put the structure down for a number of years, if the person is not able to do the finishing touches, that will help the person to be able to sleep in that building. The person doesn't feel satisfied. But one day, when painting and everything is done, and the person is able to lay his head on his bed and say, now, Father, I've been able to accomplish my aim. And that is what the ultimate. I know many of us here are youth, and many of us are into relationship. The ultimate of our relationship is that this person that I'm calling, that I call every day, in the morning, in the afternoon, sometimes I call a person to meet me and stuff. One day I wish that one day I'll be lying on my bed, and when I throw my hand will hit something. When I look at it, I see that very person I was calling every day right beside me, and that becomes what? The ultimate. So this is the ultimate I want us to look at. And in life, like I said, there is an ultimate. And that brings us to our text for today. I want us to look at Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse number 6 to 7. You know the Israelites, God gave a promise to the Israelites. When Israel was in Egypt and there were a lot of warnings, they were going through a lot of distress and perplexities, God remembered the covenant that he had with what? Abraham. Then he said, Moses, go and deliver my people and bring them to a land that I promised their fathers that I will do what? I will give it to them so that they can do what? They can possess it. Even though a lot of dramatic things happened, but you can agree with me that eventually God's purpose was fulfilled, that Pharaoh was able to release the Israelites to come and do what? To come and possess their land. Now, in the process of coming, they go to a place where we call what? Horeb. And where that place, I believe that when they go to that place, and because they spend a lot of time over there, some people gave birth, some people got married, and they were trying to be content with where they were. So God told Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 6, he said, the Lord our God spake unto us in the Horeb, saying, you have dwelt long enough in this mount. Israel, this is not the destination I purpose to give you. But then, it's like you are feeling too comfortable to be here. So please, verse 7 says, turn you and take your journey and go to the mount of Amorite and unto the places nigh unto, and there unto, and to the plain and the hills, and the vale and the south, and by the sea, to the land of the Canaanites, and to the Lebanon, unto the great river and the Euphrates. Add the verse 8 for me. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, to give you unto them. So now God is now reminding them that this is not your destination. There's a destination. That destination is that I promised your father, Abraham and Jacob, that I'm going to give them a land. And that land is what I want to give it to you. So now the verse 7 is saying that if you people will be able to possess this land, then you cannot stay at Horeb and still what? Attain this land. So therefore there should be what? A movement, so that you people can be able to do what? Can be able to possess the land. Now the ultimate for God in the life of the Israelites is that they will be able to get the promised land. But then when Israelites go to Horeb, they first were comfortable to the extent that they were trying to be content with Horeb, whereby God has promised something better for them. So that is basically what you're looking at. So you could see that in our life, even though I say in every aspect of our life, there is an ultimate. But then, in human beings, you have a challenge in reaching that ultimate. The reason is that along the way, we try to feel comfortable along the way. Now, as a Christian, what is your ultimate? And that is the question I want to ask. As a Christian, what is your ultimate? Yeah, there have been this call, and the call has come that Christ is calling people to come and follow him. And now you have come. Yes, a lot of people are in their hostels, a lot of people are in their homes. People do not have the urge to come here. You have gotten the opportunity to come here. But the question is, what is your ultimate for coming here? Is your ultimate just to come and fellowship? Is the ultimate just for you to come and just lead us in singing? What is your ultimate? I believe one of the paramount ultimate that many of us have is that we get heaven. Why do you want to get heaven? You want to get heaven because we have been promised that land, no weeping, no crying, no groanings, and no perplexities are there. And for that matter, if I'm struggling in this world, if I'm going through a lot of pain, if I'm going through a lot of anxiety, then I have to prepare myself. I have to be willing so that I can be in heaven, so that at the end of the day, when I get to heaven, all these things will be gone. But my question is, if that is your ultimate, ideally, is that the ultimate of God in our life? Is heaven our ultimate? If heaven doesn't exist, will you continue to be a Christian? And that is what the question. If heaven does not exist, because now you want to go to heaven because you want to escape the terrors in this earth or the perilous life in this earth. But now, if you look at Garden of Eden, what you want to go and experience in heaven, Adam and Eve had that experience before. Now you want to go to heaven and you have a peace of mind. You get opportunities of everything in heaven and enjoy. But then Adam and Eve had that opportunity. But then when they were defaced of the image of God according to what God has made them, they were expelled what? Out of Garden of Eden. Let's look at the angels. Angels also had an opportunity. When Satan and his angels rebelled against God, even though heaven was perfect and they were enjoying, but because they were also defaced in character and in image, they were also what? Expelled from heaven. So I strongly believe that the ultimate for God in our life is not just about getting heaven, but the ultimate for God is that we will resemble God in what? In character. In his image, the one that we did what? We lost in the Garden of what? Eden. Because that is what will made us fit into what? Heaven. What it means is that even when we get heaven and our character is defaced, no matter what, you will be expelled what? From heaven. So I think that instead of us aiming and anticipating just to get heaven and that will be our ultimate, let our ultimate be that our life will be in conformity with the character of who? God. Amen. Our life will be in conformity with the character of what God character is. And that is basically what God is expecting from you and I. And not just what? Heaven. So at the end of the day, because I strongly believe that when we have the character of God, we no longer strive for heaven, but then we become entitled to what? Heaven. So that is not something we have to strive for. That is not something we have to kill ourselves to get. Just be in the character of God and you'll be entitled to what? Heaven. So instead of us just making that notion that this world is going through a lot of things, let's aim to be in a conformity with the character of God. And how do we do that? You know, in our Christian journey, we try to do a lot of dramatic things. We try to lose focus on the most important things in life. Now, when you come here, even though we have gotten opportunity, we have moved from our hostels to come here, but we feel comfortable, like the Israelites, feeling comfortable at home. We feel comfortable that maybe at first I was not coming to church. But now I can come to church, but I can still gossip. So now that I can come to church, I am okay. I can come to church and do what? Gossip. Maybe at first I was a thief. I used to steal. But now I am not able to do what? Steal again. But now I am a fornicator. So far as I'm not able to steal, at the end of the day, I strongly believe that I am okay. So it means that the ultimate is that we, in our wholeness, you will be in a conformity of God. That does not become our focus, but just that we begin to feel reluctant because you have been able to shun one or two things. But the ultimate for God is that we become perfection in character. And as in verse 7, God said to them that before you can possess that line in the verse 8 in Deuteronomy, verse 1, and 8, you people have to make a step. And that step is that you are going to move gradually from Mount Horeb, and as you move gradually, eventually you approach what? The promised land. So I am not expecting you that maybe you be perfect, but at the end of the day, there should be that movement in your life. It should not be rotating. It should be a movement that will move forward, that will see that, no, I can see that from my life when I came into Christianity, from my life now and before, I think that I am in what? I'm in progress, and that for that matter, I think that I am on a way to a perfection, and Christ will help us. And that is only what he is what? Expecting from us, that you and I will do what? Will avail ourselves, so at the end of the day, he can work in us, so that you and I will become perfect in character, perfect in his image. So I think that is the main reason why I decided to share this message with us, so that we don't become just a signboard. Because I believe one of the dangerous things is that we mostly deceive ourselves with what people tell us about us, or what people say about us. But I strongly believe that you know yourself better than what everybody does. But then, because people are saying that, oh, this girl is good, this boy is good, looking at his involvement, looking at his commitment in the church, we begin to think that since people have all these positive comments about me, then I'm okay. But I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't be okay with the positive comment people have about you, because you know yourself better than what everybody does here. You know yourself better. So you know yourself, you know the kind of thinking, you know your movement, you know very well that what you're doing, if it has been exposed, like maybe you will not get that opportunity, like you won't get that chance or that confidence to even stand before people to express the faith you have. But because people are not getting the opportunity, people we try to let you know what you have by just a mouth. And that is why I think Matthew chapter 15 verse 8, God said, these people draw nigh to me with what? Their mouth. With their lips they do what? They honor me, but their heart is what? Far away from me. And I think that is the problem of Christianity today, because I strongly believe that God is never happy. You have majority of churches in the world. God is never happy. You have majority of Christians in our world. Yet still, that there's not that change, that transformational change that should happen in our life. And I think that is a problematic. If you don't see it as a problematic, then I'm telling you today that for us to have the name of God upon us and not able to make the necessary effect on the other people, then there's a problem. Today I want us to stand and sing this hymn. Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart. I want you to have a different mindset today. That you are not just interested in just coming to sit here and worship God. You are not just interested to be in the choir people as a chorister. You are not just interested for people to hear you, but then you truly want to be a Christian, and not just a mere Christian, a Christian in your heart. You want to be like Jesus. If you be like Jesus, then it means that your character resembles that of God's character, and I believe that is what I am expecting, or that is the ultimate that God is expecting from us. Can we sit and stand and sing this hymn? Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart.
Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart. Try. Lord, I want to be a Christian in
You are telling God that you want to be a Christian in your heart, not just on your mouth.
Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart. In my heart, in my heart, in my heart, Lord, I want to be a Christian
We are deceiving ourselves a lot.
Lord, I want to be more.
I don't just want to profess love with my lips. I want to profess love in my heart. And I believe that is what you are telling God.
Be more loving in my heart. In my heart. In
want to be more holy.
Lord, I want to be more holy in my heart.
Lord, I want to be more holy.
In my heart. Lord, I want to be more holy in my heart. In my heart. In my heart. In my heart. Lord, I want to be more holy in my heart.
Lord, I want to be like Jesus. That is where I'm interested.
Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my heart.
Because I want you to sing this song with meaning and understanding.
Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my heart. In my heart, in my heart, in my heart, Lord, I want to be like Jesus in my heart.
I want to give you 2 minutes for you to pray and ask God. That it's like you are too comfortable with where you are. You have availed yourself. You want Him to work in you so that the ultimate can be fulfilled in your life. It's like you have taken things for granted. I strongly believe that just standing in front of God, just singing and just reading the Bible and stuff, if that is the only thing, that we have any problem. But the main thing that God is expecting from us is that you resemble Him in character. If you resemble God in character, heaven will be something we are entitled to. Just pray and commit yourself into the hands of God. You know yourself very well than any other person does. You really know yourself. You know what goes through your mind. You know your movements. Yes, nobody knows, so they pass good comments about you. But you know that you are not the kind of person people say. It is never true. You know that what people say about you, if people get opportunity to be unveiled what is in you, they will run away from you. You know yourself very well than any other person does. If Christ comes today and to ask you questions, you know you will fumble in answering those questions. So I want you to be faithful to yourself. Just be sincere to yourself and tell God, I am not what people think I am, and I am not what I have projected to people. I am a different person altogether. Father, help me so that the ultimate is that I will resemble you in character.